Sorry for all the noise. Finished with the first main night. Tomorrow's gonna be bigger, I guess. Crap load of fun, I admit that. Now finally I ended up taking a nap for a couple hours there, because I just 3 days and like 5 hours of sleep and just pushing myself, it was just too much. So I snoozed for like maybe 2 hours before it got too hot. Now just rolling through the motions still, and just kind of doing my best to stay masked. It's still a roller coaster. I think over the last few days, I think what it was, I just had such a buildup of energy going on from all this. Like, yeah. So I think I'm finally on burnout, but I've got to get past the next couple days. Sorry, just a little bit stressed as normal, but that's alright. I'm just a little tired, so it's kind of hard for me to sit here and just smile the whole time and all that stuff, but just exhausted. Originally I was gonna have one other person to help me do the food prep and cooking, but I ended up doing it on my own. It wasn't bad. It was actually nice. I mean, when you got a big enough cook space, things can go by quick. Plus, it was giving me a chance to kind of get a break from all the excitement and all the people. Because, yeah, as it got later and things started picking up, there was just a lot of people. So I ended up, through most of the concert stuff that I posted, and I ended up staying in my truck for most part, because it was just... I couldn't, the music wasn't bad, it was just the tone of it was too loud for my ears, so that's why I had my headset. Used it like earplugs, but I could still hear everything just fine, which made it nice. But spoke to Remax today. They're the people that are doing the whole listing thing or whatever for investors or whatever. I guess they were supposed to call me like a fucking month ago, and they didn't. I guess they called one number and left a message, but I don't have a voicemail, so I don't know if they called the wrong person or called my dad, who's the other owner of the house, and he just didn't check. So things are probably going to take even longer than expected, of course, but what can you do when you have to sort of rely on the other owner of the home to do their part too? Because I can't do that all on my own, and they're just leaving it on my plate, and it's like, you know, I can only do so much legally on this house. I can't do this by myself. We're both the owners of the house. You gotta fucking do some of this shit too. I mean, he eventually finally called the plumbing place to get the inspections done, which was good. But at least the realtor called and we got that rolling. So yeah, it's gonna take a little longer, but it is what it is. Shit happens, you know. I'm just kind of being overwhelmed right now, and still have a lot of shit on my mind. There are some things that I'm still kind of excited about in the long run, but I'm having to try and push myself to just kind of hold back and all that crap. I know the one thing that I'm just getting really tired of is the snooping that's been going on my Facebook and even on here. I've been tempted at times to just post a dummy video just to piss the snoopers off a little bit, because it's just fucking move on. You know, I'm getting a message from an artist that I follow and all that, and it wasn't that artist. I knew it wasn't. The fact that people are making dummy pages to try and contact me is getting to be bullshit. And that was the first time I've ever had anybody do that on Facebook. I mean, that shit I would expect on Twitter or on YouTube in the chat spots or whatever, or in the comments, people posing as the YouTuber. No, I got a lot of stress, but I'm working through it, and I'm just trying not to allow some of the emotional shit override. I'm doing my best to stay positive, keep moving forward. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna do, really. You know, like I said, I'm still intending to start my business and get a home. It's just, where am I going to do that right now? I haven't decided. I mean, I was pitched one idea, and it's not a bad idea, but I'm not so sure. I think I was ready to go home about 2 hours ago, but I know that if I did, then my friend Ed wouldn't really have anybody here to cook for the bands and stuff. And then he'd be down another body on taking down the stage. What took us about 2 days to set up, it's supposed to take us maybe half a day to take down, which isn't bad. Still, generally it's easier to take things apart than it is to put them together. We all learn that as kids, right? But no, I'm just trying to work through a lot of shit in my head. Because, you know, it's like, sit around kind of hoping. You have certain expectations, you know, to a degree. It's not like a legit expectation. It's just like, with the shit with the house. And then, yeah. It's just getting to be, well, it's very much tiring. And I just want to get the fuck out of there. It's just, it's obvious there's still a lot more things I've got to deal with. This has been a really fucking good distraction, at least, to be out and doing something. And hopefully when I get back up north, you know, back up into the valley, I'm gonna try and get out a little bit, at least a little bit more. I know this week I want to try and get out, do something. I just gotta get busy, keep myself busy. Try and continue to get back to basically my old self, just without all the bullshit. I can tell you, my old self didn't have a whole lot of bullshit. I put up with a whole lot of bullshit, a whole lot of abuse throughout my life. And after having a lot of wounds reopen, I'm just going through and trying to deal with each thing, basically one at a time, I guess you could say. I just know that I'm just at the point. I think I've just been at the point that, because I'm leaning more and more towards just leaving Oregon instead of staying. I know I keep going back and forth because there is a lot to weigh out between the two choices of staying or going. And a big part of me is leaning towards going, but we'll see what happens. You know, I'm saying that now. A lot of it just kind of how I'm feeling right now. But we'll see. I mean, things are getting better. I'm just kind of giving up on some hope that I've had and that I've been slowly building up, you know, over the last going on month and a half now. And I'm trying not to let that get undone. They're just, I don't know, they're just, I'd rather, I don't know. I just want to find a place that I can actually feel wanted, and that I can tell if people are being genuine or not. And I know that's difficult, especially in this fucking country. And I deactivated, again, 2 of my FB accounts, but I'm actually going to keep deactivated. One, it's only activated because it's still attached to my Instagram account that I still use. I'm also kind of hoping that I can actually go to sleep tonight and not be functioning on either adrenaline or anxiety, because this is just, I'm already dealing with one roller coaster, and I'm kind of riding another one at the same time. So I hope everybody has a good night. If you're having a bad night, keep the chin up. There are people out there who do care. You know, even when you feel like everything's hopeless, just don't give up. There's always a way to find a positive, even when things are really shitty. It's learning to take those shitty moments as lessons and finding ways to either not have it repeat, avoid it, or it's something that you might have to change about yourself. I know there's a lot of things I've been having to change about myself. I know there was a few things I was really tried on today, but I just took it as it was. I'm really not the party type. I'm really not like into big events like this. Yeah, I'm having a good time. It's taking a lot of energy out of me. Just especially dealing with all the noise here, as you can tell. I know one of the things that has been bothering me a lot, and it's something I'm gonna try. I was just getting ready to cut off too, and I just completely sidetracked. I'm sorry. It's just, I've said this before. I'm pretty, a few times, but yeah, I miss my family, but I just wish I had a family I don't think I ever really had one. I just had people that seemed to, like, play the part, but really it was just like everybody's out for themselves, or just dismissed everything and didn't really give a shit about what was going on to their own family. And I'm just at the point that it's like, if I can't get myself back to a positive, a better state of mind on a regular basis, then what good would I be, when it comes to my kids, even as adults like they are, and especially my younger one. And so sometimes I've got, I have to, sometimes a person has to make sacrifices in some of the hardest ways possible to heal themselves and get better, so that they can be there for their kids regardless of how old they are. I don't ever support abandoning your children. I don't support abandoning anybody or alienating them or anything like that. Yet when everybody's grown adults, they're going to be okay, they can take care of themselves. And it's you're battling back and forth of, am I even really wanted here? Am I genuinely welcome? No, I got a lot of healing to do, so yeah. Anyways, have a good night. Sleep good. And take care. Until the next vid.